Yes. Hello, everybody. This is Jeff 316, Jeff Uluwagbemgam, welcoming you to another episode of Love DNA 1.0 with Jeff 316. Hope you had a great day. I had a great day too, and I'm still having a great day. Earlier today, I posted something on my Facebook. By the way, I'm a psychologist and I'm a family enhancement coach. I believe that the family should be in peace. Is a system that should be in peace. And if there's a system, it's a problem with the foundation. There's a problem with whatever in the family, something. It's a thing that could be sorted out. If there's a problem with the people who got married, it shouldn't affect their children. It shouldn't mess up the destiny of their children. What I believe that things can be worked out, things can actually be, there could be communication, improved communication that can enhance not perfection but functional family. There's no perfect marriage, there's no perfect family, but what we have is a functional family. You know, some functional family and a functional marriage, and both of them they go together. All right. So today I posted something on Facebook and I said, titled "Don't lock it down, don't lock it down." I know that people pray to seek the face of God when they want to get married, and a lot of time God lead His people to who to get married to. Either you got somebody you are already you're already moving out with, and you now pray about it, asking for God's intervention, asking for God's opinion about it, and God can give you a positive opinion, a go ahead. Or you pray and God connects you with a guy or a lady. I mean, it works. It worked for me. It worked. Now, if God has led you to somebody, it's so good that God has led you. But more than that, you need to work to make it functional. For the fact that God said that this is the person that you're going to marry does not mean the thing will automatically function. There are still inputs that you and the two of you involved need to put into it. If you don't put those things into it, God is not liable, because if you don't put what you need to put into a relationship, it's not going to work. You understand? But I've seen situations where somebody who was led, prayed and was led to a particular guy, a particular lady, decided to, start a relationship, but somehow somebody didn't work. He said that the lady was not interested. In fact, I have several of those cases. I'm going to tell you a story as we go on. Or the guy is not interested, or they didn't do what they needed to do. God said, God's leading is not magical. It could be miraculous, but it does not mean it will work effectively if you don't put what you need to put. So if that courtship, for example, breaks down, and then one other person has said, no, God has told me that you are going to be the one I'm going to get married to, and if you don't get married to me, I will not marry. I will wait till Jesus come, I will not marry. And the other person has gone ahead to get married and to raise in the family, and somebody is staying here saying that God said, that God has said. So if God has actually said, what effort have you put into what God said? So if that relationship breaks down, it's not God's fault. But your life must not be locked down because the person that God said you should go and marry refused to marry you. That was the point I tried to make earlier in the day. Don't lock it down. Don't lock your life down just because somebody had walked away. The breaking of your courtship could be a blessing. A broken courtship can be a very great blessing for you if you manage it properly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, there's a guy. Let me just use a fictitious name for him. Let's say the name is John. And John prayed and believed that it was God that's leading him, and went and toast toasted a lady, and he believed it was God that was involved, and God was actually involved because he prayed. And the other person, the other lady also prayed, Stella. Stella prayed and believed that God is involved. So Stella became fervent in this relationship. I was putting everything into it. But along the line, the family of John said they don't like Stella. And John decided to put his family ahead, his convictions. So he decided to walk away from that relationship. So after walking from that relationship, Stella still insisted that no, God, when God told you, and you came to tell me, I also went to pray, and God told me, so you cannot marry another person. But John went ahead and got married to somebody else. 6 years after, Stella is still waiting and praying that relationship will break, so that I can go enter my marital destiny. You're going to pray that prayer for 60 years, 70 years of your life, and nothing's going to happen. The other person has gotten married. Then start a new life. Open a new chapter in your life. Don't lock yourself down because somebody has walked away. Don't lock yourself down because somebody has walked away. Even God has options. God has options, several options. That's why if God has given you something to do and you did not do it, before you know it, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people are doing that exact thing that you are supposed to do. If God cannot be stranded because of somebody's refusal, or because of somebody's non-responsiveness, or because of somebody's disobedience, or because of somebody's irresponsibility or whatever, then you should not be locked down because of that. I don't know who I'm talking to today. I might be talking to somebody who is dating someone, and the thing is not working well, and because of that you insist that must be the person, I saw him in my dream. Good, thank you, thank God for dream. Oh, I prayed, I saw thunder and lightning, and God said, this is your husband, go and marry him. But the guy is not interested. The guy said, I'm not interested. Yes, God told you, but I'm not interested. I don't like you. You're too short. Oh, you're too tall, or you're too fat. He doesn't want you. He's not interested. What you can do is go back to God and say, God, this is what you told me. But this guy is not, the shake body. This guy know they won't hear anything. God is not going to hold you responsible if you walk away in that relationship. We have been told all those things before, that there's one person on planet Earth that God has assigned to you. If you miss that person, you miss it forever. It's not true. I believed that for a long time until I review my belief system. That thing is not true. It's a wrong theology. Some people are still preaching that kind of crap now, that God has assigned somebody to you. If you miss that person, you miss it forever. It's not true. Just like you have had the opportunity come but once, it's not true. Opportunity comes in different shades, different sizes. That particular one might not come again, but there are many other opportunities that are going to come your way. Don't lock yourself down because of what people have told you. Don't lock yourself down because of what you believe, because you have erroneous belief. A lot of people in marriage, even in marriage, their husband or their wife has walked away 10 years ago. The person has started another family, and you are still locked down here. Every day you are angry. Every day you are. The person is gone. That's another kettle of fish that I don't want to talk about today, because we see hundreds of them all around us, especially in the churches. The husband is in Australia. He has married one Oyibo girl. He has been there for 15 years. And somebody is still locked down here. So what I'm saying today is, don't lock yourself down. You have opportunity to move your life ahead. You have opportunity to open a new chapter. You have opportunity, in fact, it's your responsibility to close that chapter that has been closed by the other person. Close that chapter, start a new life. But be sure that you inform God. Be sure that you pray about it. Be sure that God has your lead. You have the leading of God. Let me tell you the truth. To say, the best person that will hear from God is you. If other person hear from God for you, there might be cultural, there might be religious, there might be biases. So when the person is passing information to you, he's going to pass information to you with those biases there, either deliberately or non-deliberately. It is you that should hear directly from God. You are the one that knows what you want, and you've spoken to God about it. So if that guy or that lady has walked away, and the lady is not coming back, the guy is not coming back, please close that chapter. Start a new one. Don't lock yourself down for things like that. As a psychologist and as a family system coach, I've counseled a lot of people, and I hear stories on a daily basis. And I tell people, first of all, go back and double check with God. Go and tell God, this is what you told me. This guy is not interested, or this lady is not interested. Now, Lord, what is the next thing to do? I want to start my life afresh. The courtship can even be three years. The courtship might even be 2 weeks to wedding. You don't have to kill yourself, because if you kill yourself, life will always continue. If you kill yourself, the dial of the clock will not stop. The breathing of people on heart will not stop. In fact, they won't stop for anything. Nothing will stop if you kill yourself. Life will continue. If you lock yourself down, nothing will stop. Life will continue. You are the only one that is putting stop in your own life. And that's not God's plan for your life. So, I promise I'm not going to take too much time. This just 12 minutes now. And I want to send me your question, because I'm going to take this thing again on Wednesday. I'm going to talk about it on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, I'll try and talk about people already married who are in this kind of situation. Just send me your questions. And by Friday, we'll do a question and answer session. That Friday, we might take longer time than we normally take. Yes. So today, tell your neighbor, don't lock yourself. Go around that office, and that's your office, and that's your church, and see those people who have locked their life because somebody has cheated them. Tell them not to lock their life, because life will continue. They will remain there. In the next 5-10 years, they will come back and they feel like killing themselves because they have wasted precious time. But right now, you can stop where you are and take it on. Stop where you are. Forget yesterday. Try a new thing. It's not easy. It's not as easy. I know it's not as easy as I'm saying it, but then you still have to do something. You still need to stand up and do something. Stand up and do that thing. Don't lock yourself down. God is not interested in you locking yourself down. He's interested in your movement. He's interested in your progress. He's interested in your success. And in other areas of your life also, don't lock yourself down. I need to stop here. I want to appreciate everyone that has been online with me. To Michelle Joel, Dr. Salio, Manuel Konason, DJ Lesha Odo, Alabelo Ontoba, Yologo Miga, my babe, Kunle Adeni, Ogechuku Kama Kode, thank you, Elin Tobola Loye, thank you, Yemisa Kimbinu, Sheiba Mdila, that's my brother. Thank you, Dr. Odokun, thank you very much everybody for watching. I'll come your way again. Tell your neighbor, tell that person around you that is depressed. Don't lock yourself down. My name is Jeff Oluwagbemiga. You can contact me on my email, jeffking@gmail.com, jepking@gmail.com, jepking@gmail.com. This thing will go to my Yahoo account. Sorry, what's that thing again? My YouTube account. YouTube account is Love DNA. Just type Love DNA with Jeff 316, it will come out. So I normally drop this. I started dropping these things there, so you can see the previous episode too. So we meet again. Thank you very much. God bless you. Bye.